Mike, a week ago, I was surprised when Tech fired Matt Wells. I was stunned yesterday at the Gary Patterson news. Is something going on where schools becoming less and less patient? Well, I mean, Matt's 2.5 years in. He's 5-3 this year. Gary Patterson's got a statue in front of the stadium.
I mean, I think the way you put it was exactly the same way I felt. I don't know the inside of what's going on. I have not talked to Matt, and obviously I haven't talked to Gary. At some point I will. You know, we never know what goes on in the walls of some people's houses, other people's homes. But I was surprised. You know, the team I'm watching on tape is a really good football team. Okay? And they beat them. You know, maybe they weren't playing as good, or maybe they played at home, whatever. They still beat them. So I was, you know, I don't know what's going on with Kirby. I mean, but I was surprised, yes. I think it's fair to say that. And I was, when they texted me last night, I was kind of shocked. That was a shocker to me. So I don't know what all is going on. I know that forever, you know, coaches pretty much lived on a hot seat. And then the last 4 to 6 years, it's kind of changed. People were kind of hanging with people longer. And then obviously there was some quick turnaround this year with some of the things that have gone on across the country. So, you know, I mean, I'm a coach, so I see the other side of it. It's like what's going on with Mark Stoops. You know, Mark was after year 4 or 5, and he was like 12-39 or something, and they said, well, we're going to stick with him, and it's worked really well for them. So you never know what's going on in other people's worlds, but I was surprised myself.
It seems to me, just financially, it's bewildering because you got COVID, you got, in the case of those two schools, Big 12's finances are uncertain going forward, and yet, write a check and move down the road.
Somebody probably wrote a check. What you're saying is correct. And again, I don't want to speak out of turn. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to guess that somebody, in most cases, that check's not going to come out of the budget, because you can't answer for it. I mean, their budgets are going to be very similar to ours, and you know, you could bring Chad over here and ask him. I doubt he can drop however much it cost millions-wise, because we're still trying to make up for COVID. We still have people that haven't been paid for COVID. I mean, it's a tough situation. So, you know, I mean, Tech's a public school, so you'll eventually find out the information. TCU, you might not ever find out because it's private, but I doubt that came from their budget.
Matt Campbell's now the second most tenured coach in the league. Is this strange for you to kind of be in this new era of Big 12 coaches, having gone through?
It is, but you know, I was visiting last night. After we worked out, I went home and dressed up and handed out candy, and I was visiting with a couple people. The news was coming out about Coach Patterson, you know, whatever time, 8:30 or 9 o'clock at night. Y'all probably heard about it before then, but I didn't get it till then. And that question got brought up because now Kirk, I think, is the longest at Iowa, and then I think I'm second now, right?
We have about 2 weeks.
Oh, he does? Well, that doesn't count. So 2 weeks.
You're the dean in the Big 12 for sure.
Yeah,
probably were anyway.
Yeah. I forgot about Kyle. He's done really well for a long time. So anyway, it is kind of unusual. It's no different than now recruiting, when I'm recruiting kids of players I've coached. It's unusual. So you'll feel that way someday in about 30 years.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.